Today I have with me Gregory Yearwood of Big G Enterprises, a food service business. He sets up at a lot of crop over events and also some of the reggae events as well. When you spoke to the nation last year, one of your biggest concerns was the ban on single-use plastics and finding a quality replacement for the utensils and containers as such to serve your customers for crop over. A year later, there's a novel coronavirus COVID-19. Tell us about the impact that it has had on your business in terms of the cancellations of crop over and some of the other events.
Well, basically, as you will understand, we have come to a complete halt, a grinding halt in terms of businesses and so forth. The impact obviously would be mainly the income that you would normally generate via business and via the events as such. So the major impact really is just the monetary side of the business.
And how long have you been in the food industry?
Maybe about 25 years or so.
Wow. And with the cancellations, no. In your 25 years of the food business, have you had anything so bad that you would say you have not been able to do anything at all? Or is this the worst instance for you?
Well, I wouldn't say that I have. I think this is the worst that they would have in terms of cancellations. The other cancellations would have been an act of God, like for example, rain or whatever the case is, or bad weather. But this is has obviously been the worst in terms of impact and cancellations.
And what would you say has been the biggest cancellation to hit you the hardest? Crop over, reggae on the hill, or is it the entire season overall?
Well, crop over, I would say, well, the season spanning from the reggae festival, because reggae festival usually is in April, and then right after that, crop over normally starts for us in May. So the span from reggae festival right into the crop over season, to me, would have been the biggest. The
And
two
what
combined.
Okay, and what would have been your investment into preparing for these seasons, and can you quantify your losses at this stage?
Well, they haven't at the stage in which that the cancellations were made, there wouldn't be no major investment other than just the thought process. So for me, there's nothing to quantify or right now in terms of a value as in loss, because as the events come up is when you then start to invest in terms of paying for these spaces and in terms of buying stock and so forth. So you know, some people see some people way in which to do business is different. I guess for band leaders and so forth, they would have started their process already. Songwriters and so forth would have been started already. But for us vendors and so forth, unless it is vendors in which that you have to fly and go and get your tools, like for example, the toy vendors and so forth is different. But for us, food or whatever, our investments will come as they get closer to the event when it's time to pay for them and time to buy stock and that kind of stuff. So thanks to the people who would have been stakeholders in terms of the investors per se, the events for us to meet the cancellations was still at an early stage to avoid us not incurring that level of debt and investment to then have it put on pause.
And in terms of your human capital, how many persons on your staff would have been affected by you not being able to do anything at all for this season? And have you received any word from government or financial assistance or any other sponsors to keep yourself afloat?
Well, to the first part of your question, is maybe about 15 to 20 people in all. In terms of people reaching out, in terms of assistance or so forth, no.
And what are you doing now to ensure that when the economy reopens that you get back out to business? Are there any short-term plans or goals that you have?
But the short-term plans that we have obviously is to remain active via social media, through Instagram posts and so forth, so that customers can just still feel a bit of connection, because as the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. And you want to make sure that as soon as things return to how they're supposed to be, because I don't think that there will ever be a situation in which that the phrase "return to normal" will ever exist. Returning, so I'm saying, you know, it will return to how it is supposed to be. When it returns to how it's supposed to be, then we just got to make sure that we're in a position that we still top of mind as far as our customers are concerned, to the event planners and so forth. We still top of mind so that they know to reach out to you and so forth. So the whole idea is just to remain in contact with the familiar customers and one or two of the event holders too as well. Say hi, how you doing, how your family keeping okay and so forth, just to make sure that at the end of this this season, they won't call it a season, as in the COVID-19 season and so forth, that we remain still top of mind with the relevant stakeholders and so forth. Because at the end of the day, for us, the whole thing is that the most important thing, as you will understand, is life, you know. So is at a stage in which you need to just step aside, and you can't always put money before life. Life comes first, you know. So that's the stage that we are, just to, and the contact, just to make sure that everybody remain in contact with one another via wherever social media, even if it's just a phone call, and say, well, you know, keeping you in mind, keeping you in my thoughts, keeping you in my prayers, and hopefully at the end of this, be able to still be able to be relevant.
My final question is: the government would have given some indication that as the curfew goes on, that they'll be constantly relooking, and they may have hinted at the possibility of restaurants being able to reopen over a period of time. Have you looked at that option of even taking your business online to receive online orders if that happens? And would you be happy if the option of restaurants being reopened is on the table?
Well, of course, I'd be happy, because at the end of the day, you need income. You know, when you have staff and so forth that are home, you always have your staff members in mind, especially ones that would have been with you for a long time. So as that opportunity becomes available, then you would go the route or whatever is the parameters that the government will set out for you to work within, just to make sure that you still remain a certain way on the side of the law to do what is supposed to be done.
Okay, thank you so much, Gregory Yearwood of Big G Enterprise, for coming on and talking to us about how the COVID season, as you described it, and the cancellation of the market events for crop over and the associated events have had an impact on your business. I do hope that you continue to stay safe.
Okay, thank you, and you too as well.